Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you are watching us from. Welcome to Meet the Coach. We are back again with another exciting episode. And today I am really excited because of the guest that I have. Uh, he's someone I really look up to in terms of his expertise and really, I mean, I have no shame in saying that I'm his fan and the kind of work and the quality of his work. So I'm sure those who will be watching tonight will really get to learn a lot. And just before we start, and I invite my guest tonight, uh, I'll just need a confirmation that if you can hear me, can you please type hi or type hashtag live? Also, if you are watching this on replay, do type hashtag replay and do let us know where you guys are watching us from. It'll be great to know where people are joining us from. Just allow me to make few settings so this stream can go public. And then without wasting time, I'll introduce my guest. Well, like I said, I am his fan. Thanks, Mary. Thanks for the feedback. And yeah, welcome. Mary is joining us from Australia. So yes, so the person, guest, the coach that I've invited tonight has actually helped thousands of people, hundreds of individuals who has worked as his client and have been impacted by his trainings. He is a sales guru, and moreover, he helped individuals who struggle with confidence when it comes to sales. If you are somebody who's struggling with confidence, he's your person. Please allow me to invite and add my guest, the amazing Mr. Brian McNeill. And I think, hey, Brian, can you hear me? Okay, so I think we have a bit of technical. Oh, he's back. Hey, Brian, can you hear me?
Hello. Hello, Adil.
Yeah, I just lost you for a second, so I thought I don't know. Maybe we just had technical glitch while going live, but we're back.
What happened was I was trying to log in as a participant too, and I see all my private chat stuff is gone that I sent to you earlier. Do you still have it?
Yeah, I have all the details, so no
Okay,
worries
cool.
about that. Yeah.
All right. Hello,
So
Marie.
yeah, yeah. So thank you so much, Brian. Thank you so much for joining. I know you are very busy and you have taken your time out. You are always available. You are always helping. You are always encouraging me, and I really appreciate that. So welcome again, and welcome to this show.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here, and I have watched you, and I love a lot of what you do, man. So much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And without wasting time, because we have a few people watching, so welcome, Marie. And I mean, Brian, can you tell us a bit about how you got started, and tell us a bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Brian K. McNeill, and I am the sales confidence coach. And I've actually been helping people to sell themselves and their services better for but 29 years now. But I
Wow.
haven't always been this guy. I remember when I first got into sales, for the first 8 months I was in sales, I was terrible at it. I didn't know anything. The training consisted of hang in there, you'll get it. And I wanted to be ethical and I couldn't figure it out. And I'll never forget the day that my life changed. The deal. It was a hot day. You and I talked about heat and where you are right now. It was a very hot day, and I didn't have any confidence to cold call anybody. So I ended up in a used bookstore. And by providence, I discovered my first book on selling, How to Master the Art of Selling by Tom Hopkins. And page 4 of that book talked about why you cannot fail in the field of selling. And at that point, I was so beaten down, I needed somebody to tell me why I couldn't fail. And he told me why I couldn't fail. And so I started reading. I read one book and another and another. And by my own count, I read more than 700 books on how to sell.
Wow. Wow.
Yes. So by turning pages and practicing my skill and craft, I became better and better at it. And now I've learned to help others to sell themselves and their services. I'm a believer first and second. So I believe that I am supposed to, the way that God has aligned my life, I am supposed to help entrepreneurs to sell themselves and their services better than they ever have before so they can make more money than ever before.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
you
awesome. I
can,
always
Marie.
love how I always love how you say this line, and this really resonates with so many people. So tell us a bit about, I mean, how, I mean, once you, I mean, you said you've gone through that transformation, and now you're doing this. So what made you so massively successful? What was that thing?
What made me massively successful is a commitment to the art. Keep yourself green and growing and studying constantly. You probably have never met anyone who has been to more workshops on how to do this, and you practice and you good learn and you study. You listen to other great people. Now, I came in the '90s. I was listening to cassette tapes and then CDs and DVDs about what I do. And some people on this may not relate to that at all. But I was listening to these great trainers and then practicing. And then what happens is you develop a philosophy. You develop a
Hmm.
philosophy that works for you. And I can remember, oh my gosh, you're taking me back a deal. But I was teaching people how to sell better for many years. I wrote a report called The 22 Must Closes. 22 ways I felt
Hmm.
everyone should know how to ask for, all entrepreneurs and salespeople should know how to ask for money. So then my legend got bigger and I started just teaching sales closing all around the country. But then someone asked me a question that punched me in the belly. A woman in the audience asked me, "Okay, Brian, you're always touting all these other books. Where is your book?" And I didn't
Hmm.
have a book at the time. And for the next 10 years, I was still teaching people how to sell. I was just so frustrated. I didn't have a book until 2016 when I finally published my first book. It was called The Shortcut, the fastest route to selling your services. And this is nuts and bolts of how to sell. Just do what it says do. You'll become profitable within about 4 weeks. Very profitable. Just nuts and bolts of what to do. The comments when people reading my books, they said they learned how to sell for my books, but they also got a peek into my personality and the kind of guy I am. And I didn't know that was the unintended great consequence of the book. But then I wrote another book called Asking for the Money, How Anyone Can Close More Sales, Even You. And that book is written for the person like Marie who thinks that she can't sell, although she just wrote a sales script. I have a master's in counseling, but I cannot sell myself. So you just did a sales script on why you can't sell. But I could teach her how she can. A lot of it can be taught easily, and I would love to work with her. But I wrote asking for the money for the person who don't feel they're confident. It teaches you what to say and do before you ask for the money, when you ask for the money, when there's a little bit of resistance, when there's a lot of resistance, and it just infuses the reader with confidence. And then I wrote another book called Why Rhinos Make Great Salespeople, featuring Mr. Randall the Rhino. It's a not just for
Wow.
children's book. And I'm very proud of that book because that book has carried me miles. And so with my books, and I wrote another book, a workbook on how to put these things together. It's a fill in the blank workbook. So, and that's called the Shortcut Workbook. So, but I kept writing, I kept
Wow.
teaching, and I kept tinkering. And now I've gotten to a place now where I know for certainty. Now I have hundreds of testimonials and video tests of hundreds, literally hundreds of them over the years. But I know now that I can take anyone that's an entrepreneur to help them to sell better. I think it's three factors, the deal: talent, willingness, and coaching. And most people
Wow.
have the
Talent,
talent,
willingness, and coaching.
yes, and most people have the talent to do it. And if they're willing to do the work, then the only other factor is coaching. And no one has ever achieved great levels of success in anything without coaching and mentoring. Not in business, sports, music, the arts, nothing. You cannot win this game without great coaching and mentoring. All of us.
Yeah.
Coaches use coaches. Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah, I think Marie has shared exactly the same point, that she has the expertise and the training. But I think, like she said, that she really, I mean, she is offering her counseling for free because she thinks that she can't ask to be paid. So it's like, I mean, that's where probably the coaching part comes in.
Can I be helpful to her now? Okay.
Sure, go ahead.
Um,
Yeah, sure.
yes. My sister Marie, I feel your spirit and you're not alone. There are a lot of entrepreneurs that feel just like you, just like you. And what I've discovered, it doesn't take very long at all for me to be helpful to that person. Marie has a heart, is what's going on. She has a heart to serve, and she doesn't feel her challenge right now is one word, and I hope it doesn't sound too harsh on her, but the challenge she's having right now is belief. Belief. Now, I would say to my sister Marie, if someone chooses to hire you and pay you the money that you ask, are they better off than they would have been if they had just kept their money? Are they better off? Are you sure that you impact improvement? Now, if you're sure, are you sure that they're better off by hiring you than they would have been if they had just kept the money? Then you kind of owe it to them, Marie, to help them to get your services. Selling today is not transactional as it used to be.
Yeah. And we have another amazing expert and coach with us watching this, Shauna. Hey,
I
Shauna.
see Shauna.
And she just,
I'm a big fan of
yeah, she
Shauna as well.
same here, same here. She has been a guest on this show, and we've had an amazing conversation. And she's saying that yes, coaches have coaches too. So yeah, it's very important.
Always. You're never going to go
Yeah,
without them. Okay.
yeah,
Because if you try,
yeah,
for example, if a high school team has a basketball game scheduled, two teams are scheduled, and one team's coach doesn't show up for whatever reason, they force that team to forfeit the game because it's not fair. One team has a coach, another team doesn't. It's a forfeit. They won't even play the game. So, and
yeah,
that's just how it is in life. If you don't have a coach, you're fighting a game that you're ill-equipped to win.
yeah. So true. So true. And I hope, Marie, that helps. We'll get to that part where we'll share more details about how you can contact Brian. But first, one important thing, Brian. Brian, you've been doing this for so many years now. You've impacted so many people, and you have seen different times. I mean, you've seen times when there were financial crunch, there were recession, there are high periods, and last year, something I think for most of us was very new, a new reality. I mean, we all got into a lockdown situation or a situation that was for most of us new, and they had to really transition to this new reality and adjust their business and everything. Like, I mean, yes, it made our conversation possible, I think, because of that situation. But I think a lot of face to face and in person conversation and business that was happening, that they all could transferred and transitioned to online and social media. So how or what was that one thing that you think worked for you and helped you go through that transition since last year?
Now, before the pandemic, I already had a six-figure business. I already knew what a six-figure business was like. Okay. But because I was willing to embrace the fact that we couldn't go anywhere anymore, my income tripled. Now I have a multiple six-figure income. Okay, multiple six figures. But here's the thing: I equate it to when doctors used to make house calls. When a doctor used to make house calls, they could see, four, five, six, maybe seven or eight patients a day. When they stopped making house calls and made everyone come to me, come to the doctor, come to the hospital, come to my office, now they're able to see 90 or 100 patients a day. And what happens to doctors' income? Okay, skyrocketed by making people come to them, by making having a central location. So because we couldn't go, those people who embraced that they had to embrace technology, okay, like this, I would not have even met you, Adil, had it not been for technology
Exactly,
and virtual
exactly.
meetings. Virtual meetings. I've Sean as a friend, and I've never met her in person. Okay,
Yeah,
but virtual meetings, and I was familiar how to use the phone, but putting faces to these things, putting faces to people, actually having a conversation where you can get more than just auditory communication. Now you can get some physical communication. It's so much better. Embrace it, use technology, and here's the other thing too. Don't get locked in on any technology. Embrace the new, because there's more coming. I've learned another one that's become a boom for me. Clubhouse has become a boom for me. Had
Yeah.
never heard of it until March the 3rd is when I first got on it. And it's been amazing. So,
Yeah. I mean, this is something I always say, and the experts always say, and I think you would agree to. It's more about in this new reality, go where your audience is. If it's Clubhouse, go there. If it's
mhm.
Instagram, go there. If it's LinkedIn, go there. You need to go
Yes.
there. And I think for me, there were two lessons that I can take out from what you've just shared. I mean, yes, you have to embrace the new, which actually is about the development and the flexibility side. But at the same time,
Yes.
you talked about something which is a very foundational principle. And because I'm in business, I've been in business development for last 10 years, and I always believe that part, no matter even if you go virtual and everything, the foundations remains the same. You have to get the basics right. Like, you
Yes.
need to work on your frequency. You need to have those conversations going on. You need to be meeting people. You need to have those leads being generated for you so that you can have more and more conversation. So I think these are the
Well,
two key takeaways for me that you shared.
now you're right. The basic fundamentals, the basic principles remain. Learning how to use them. I'm still want to sing to my friend, my new friend Marie Lewis. I want to say this to her, and she's not the only one like this. She's just not. But the challenge so many entrepreneurs are having is, and it's not going to sound pretty, but I talk to entrepreneurs every day. Most of them do not want to come across as salesy, so they don't ask for business at all ever. They never ever even ask for business. What they'll do is they'll do a great job of marketing, and they'll do a great job of branding, and they'll have great social media presence. And it's so romantic to think that if I have great marketing and great social media, people will just come to me and raise their hand and say, "Hey, can I buy from you?" But they just won't. Okay, you do need to have great marketing, you do need to have great branding, but at some point you're going to have to ask specifically for the business. And what I want Marie to do is adopt these words here. Will you give my services a try? I want you to start asking people to give your services a try. It's such a non threatening way to ask for business. Will you give me a try? Okay. That little line right there, Marie, play with it as if it was a new toy. Okay. People that have expressed interest, I appreciate you expressing interest. I offer a trial of my product, my services, and will you give my services a try? Okay. Non-threatening way, non-committal. Just go ahead and give it a try. And you will find some people will say, sure, I'm willing to give your services a try before they commit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is, I think, such a, I would say that's a golden nugget there. I mean, yes, you need to you need to ask, and you need to be, and I mean, ask in a non-threatening way, so that what can be more better than that. And I think,
Right.
because you mentioned another thing is about having, and it's broadly speaking, it's like having a call to action. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever you are doing and whatever you're presenting, you're having a call to action, and this is what we
And be
believe in
careful with
even in
that
this
too.
series.
Be careful
Yeah.
with the call to action because some people think a call to action is a post. Okay. And that's not enough. Okay. A call
Yeah.
to action. Okay. You cannot outsource or replace formally asking for business. Okay. You just
Exactly.
can't. And I don't want
Exactly.
you to try. Okay. Think of it as your job is to be helpful to the world. I want to say this to you. I look at the word sell the way it was originated. Okay. Has two originations. The word sell is a Greek compound word coming from two words, sell and ye, which literally mean to help. To help. The Old English comes from a word called salon, which means willing to give up. So if you're willing to give your help, that's what selling is supposed to be, you know?
Yeah. 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 That makes sense. And by call to action, what I meant was, even I think personally, I do understand what you are saying, and at the same time, something that I've learned, that call to action just means taking your potential client or potential buyer to the next step in their buyer's journey. So yes, even if
Yes.
you can,
Hmm.
you can
But
ask
ask them to
for
do
that
that. Yep.
next step. Yeah, so ask
Hmm.
them to do that, and that's the point of
Yes.
this show as well. So I mean, that's why, I mean, I always focus on asking the coach or the expert who come to their show talk about something, if they are having like a workshop or a program
Hmm.
where people can reach out to you or something. It's like their ask. So Brian, I believe you have a workshop coming. So
I
can you
do have a
share a bit
workshop
about that?
coming. I do have a workshop coming on May the 25th. I want to kill one more thing too. Marie made a post just now. She have clients, but some of them don't have the money. I just need to just tell her plain that is not true. Okay. I'm going to suggest to you, Marie, don't believe anybody when they say they don't have any money. Just don't. People always have the money for what they want. Even people who are broke in that moment, they don't stay broke. If they want to take the trip, they find the money. If they want to buy the sexy boots, they find the money. Okay. People always have the money. That's not true that they don't have the money. Yes, they do if they want it. Now, I have a workshop coming up. It's called Converting Interest into Paying Clients. This happens when your marketing is working. Your marketing is working. People are starting to express interest. Your branding is working. You're known for a thing. Now that people have expressed interest, what do you have to say or do to convert that interest into paying clients? And I am doing a 90-minute workshop on May the 25th. I'm doing it 2 times, Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. It's the same workshop. You can come to either or. But what I know will happen is in that 90 minutes, I will take people from where they are and teach them what to say, do specifically to convert that interest into paying clients. And I will not rob anybody the opportunity to invest in themselves. Benjamin Franklin said 100 years ago, if you empty the pennies of your purse into your mind, you fill that purse with gold. So I'm going to allow people to invest in themselves. I'm not going to ask you for $10,000, but you should be willing to invest some of the pennies of your purse. And I kept it low, low, low. I'm going to charge for this $97 US. $97. And now you should not spend your $97 at all unless you want to gain something from it. But if you want to know how to convert interest into paying clients, invest in yourself and come to the workshop.
Mhm. So Brian, quickly let me recap. So this workshop that you're doing, it's called Converting Interest into Paying Clients, and you are
Yes.
doing this on Tuesday, May 25th.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just. I think we have that over here. Can you see the date? Yeah.
I can see the
So
date. Yes,
we
sir. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's on Tuesday, May 25th, and it's the
Mm-hmm.
same day, but you are running two batches of it.
Yep.
Batch one is
Yep.
at 1 p.m. EST and
Mm-hmm.
10 a.m., which is 10 p.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So Marie, if you're in Australia, and if it's the, I mean, I really know one time right now. So it's like, I think that's probably your, uh, what is it? It's 3 p.m. afternoon time. If it's the Melbourne time that you have.
Wow.
So that's, yeah. So yeah, but I've been doing so much networking, so I was just I was trying to see if I can convert that on the go. So yeah, the
Okay.
other batch I think is a bit late. So but I'm not sure if that works for you or not. That is happening at 7 p.m. Eastern time, which is 4 p.m. Pacific time. And
Mm-hmm.
Marie, I guess that would be 9 p.m. at night for you in Australia. So these are the two timing. This is the same program. It's a 90-minute long program that you're doing on May 25th. And the investment that is there for this is 97 US dollars.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, you can never expect Brian to just share these information without having you go without something really amazing. So he's been
I
kind
want
enough.
to
He
share.
is,
I want to share.
yeah,
Mhm.
he is really
You don't
amazing at
lose
that. So
anything by sharing. You don't lose anything by helping
yeah,
people. I just don't. I've learned to be generous with help,
mhm,
and it
yeah,
comes back many times over.
yeah. So that's awesome. So Brian is also offering a free ebook, which is
Yes, yes,
called
yes.
One
The
Two
one,
Three
two, three
Formula.
formula. If you
Yeah,
will text your name and email address
yeah,
to 919-345-4893, just your name and email address, and 123, so I know what you're wanting. Um, I will send you a free ebook, and the ebook does an amazing thing for you. One thing it does two things. It's a brief ebook, but it does two things for you.
mhm,
One is it teaches you how to answer the question of what do you do for a living in a way that
mhm,
feels authentic to you, and it compels people as you tell them. It compels them to want to work with you. That's the
yeah,
first part of the 1 2 3 formula, and I'm giving that for free. The second thing,
yeah,
well, in exchange for your name and email address. And the second thing the ebook covers is it introduces you to a selling your services campaign, a process of how to go get your clients instead of waiting for what comes what may. It teaches you how to do an outreach ministry to go get business.
mhm.
If you can't text, just send a deal of the information and he'll get it to me.
So what I'll do is this is, I mean, we are streaming this live on Facebook. I'll tag you there, Brian. You, what Marie can do, she can connect with you, and you can also, I
Oh,
mean, you
yes.
have a
Mhm.
calendar link. You have a calendar link, and you have a link where I mean, all your social media places and profiles there.
Yep.
So I'll request you to share that, and maybe Marie and others who are
Sure.
watching it right now or on replay
Um,
can connect with you.
Now, I offer
And
go ahead. I offer a Calendly link where you can just go on my calendar and schedule. I encourage you to
Mhm.
schedule as soon as you can because my schedule fills up. Okay, but praise God for that. But schedule within the next week or two a 15-20 minute phone consultation. Calendly.com/BK McNeill.
Yeah.
Calendly.com/
Yeah.
Brian K BK McNeill. You have it?
What I'll do is I'll share it. Let me just give me a second. I'll share it over here. But I'll really request Brian for you to actually share that. I mean, on the thread as well.
Okay. I
Let
could
me
not
let me,
type in the comments. I couldn't go there
don't
because when I went,
let's not do it. Let's not do it right now. Once the live
oh,
is
okay, later. I'll
over.
do it. I'll happily
Yeah,
do it. I'll
yeah.
happily do it later. Yes.
Yeah. So, but what I'll do is I have just copied your Calendly link. So this is your
Yes.
Calendly link, but I understand posting it over there will help and
Right,
will be
right.
more
And
easy
then it'll
because
be
it's
a
clickable.
link, hyperlink.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
it will be clickable. So so I think, yeah. So I just one more time. It's a workshop that Brian is conducting on 25th of May, and it's happening. There are two batches that he's conducting on the same day. One is the earlier time, so it's 1 p.m. Eastern time, which is 10 a.m. Pacific time, and the other batch is happening at evening, which is 7 p.m. Eastern time and 4 p.m. Pacific time. And the investment for this is $97 US dollars. And Brian has also shared a free ebook, which I think if you are in United States and you can text, there is a number to that. Brian, please share that as well in the
I will. Yes, sir.
in that thread. And if you cannot do that, do connect with Brian. He's, like I said, he is uh, full of knowledge, and he's always available. He's easily accessible, and he's always willing to help, and he's sharing. So I think you, even if you just have a 15-minute conversation with him, you'll never forget the time you have with him. So I'm sure. And do try. And Marie, thank you so much for opening up and sharing the challenges, and you are really exploring that. You've shown interest in Brian's workshop. So I think Brian will definitely connect with you. And thank you so much, Brian. Thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed the energy, and I didn't know how 30 minutes passed.
I don't either. I feel like I just sat down, but I really am honored to have spent this time with you. Thank you.
No, it's always a pleasure, and I really thank you for the support and encouragement that you have always given me. So I really appreciate that. So once again, those who are watching, thank you for tuning us. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you, Marie, for joining us today. And those who are watching, those who will be watching this on replay, I really request you that please don't miss this opportunity to at least book a call with Brian. For sure. I mean, this is. I mean, I do say this almost every time when I bring guests, but this time just think that I'm doing a +1 on this. So do that. So uh, and thank you so much, Brian, once again, and to our audience and uh, our our audience who are watching this now or on replay. Don't forget, we'll be back again next week with another amazing coach. And till then, have fun. Have a nice evening. Bye bye. Bye, Brian.
Bye bye.